Let's get this link out somewhere. My internet's been super bad today. No, it's complaining about fucking memory for some reason. Come on. You know you want to... we are. It's not doing very well today. My laptop. Okay. Well, I'm gonna do it on my phone then because my laptop is deciding to bug in and out. But yeah, welcome to Beyond Limits. I will be doing comms here for the foreseeable future. I should have been here last week, but I obviously couldn't. Okay, I think my laptop has actually decided to get alive. Get alive. Here we are. I'll put it in. Wait, where should I put it? No tracking for now. Attendance, register. Practice sessions, no TG time stuff. I'll just stick it in self-promo then. There we are. But yeah, finally I can actually concentrate on doing commentating. Welcome to Beyond Limits. It's a relatively new league as far as I'm aware, but I have heard of a couple of people. Kingside Panda, for example, I've raced with before. Like 99% sure. And the name Jim Straw and Harvey as well is calling out to me, so open the chat. Cool. But yeah, we're here for round 7, as you can see by the title. We are in Mexico. I don't think it's gonna be a full grid today, but it's gonna be quite close. But yeah, a couple of names I remember here. Harvey, as I said, King Fi, Jack J.D. Daniels, I think is that J.D. Daniels. And then of course Marshall and Curly, who isn't racing today, but is in this league. I've raced with plenty of times before. I can't read that. That's too zoomed out for me. Jack is currently leading the standings in the Williams. I was going to say just ahead of, but he's 53 points ahead of Gaminator in the Haas. And then it's Srivatsa. Is it in here right now? Might join us later. King Flying Panda is fourth, 1 point ahead of Harvey in the Mercedes. Greasy Burger is the next one. Currently not here, but yeah, I guess we'll see. The constructor standings, Williams is currently in the lead by about 43 points, ahead of Haas, and then Mercedes in third, who has, with the last race result, actually has moved up to third, so moved up 3 places. Red Bull going down to fourth with 63 points, so 2 points behind Mercedes. Aston Martin in fifth. Alpine has dropped 2 places down to sixth with 47 points. Alfa Romeo with a good last weekend, a week start rather, it's Monday. But has 36 points and moved up from last to 7th. McLaren is in 8th, Alpha Tauri in 9th, and Scuderia Ferrari struggling a little bit, not scoring any points so far. Mexico is a track where it's probably the worst track on the game in terms of how realistic you can go, as we are reading up. Because the problem is you need a lot of downforce on this track, and in real life as well, because of the altitude. But because of the altitude, you run high wings and still get a lot of top speed, because of course there's not a lot of air up there, so it's not a lot of air resistance. And yeah, so you can run very high wings to get around the technical section and still have a top speed of way over 300 kilometers an hour. But in the game, it's not simulated. So you either take low wings and you have the 300 kilometers an hour straight line speed, or you go a little bit opposite, bring a little bit of more wings to be very quick end of the straight turn turns 1, 2, 3. And the whole of sector 2 and 3 basically, but you will be super slow in the straight and will barely be able to get past anyone. So it will be very interesting to see where people end up at the end of it. Here we go, the Alpine of Dark. Is out first. Did it pick up some grass on the tires? Looked like it. Behind him we have a Stefanini Panini standing still. He might have a qualiban or something, trying to get disqualified. He does get disqualified. Here we go. Dark starting their lap. It will be interesting to see what kind of top speeds they can reach. Range about 331 kilometers an hour. Down into turn 1. Losing almost all of your ERS down these 2 straights. But you're gonna be able to get some back during this section here. Oh, and it goes wide and it does invalidate actually. So who is the next one? It's Brody. Brody is the next one. Let's see what kind of top speed Brody can reach. And it's a little bit higher. It's about 335 kilometers an hour, so that's a 4 kilometer an hour difference. Which is crucial. As Brody as well goes deep into turn 5, but keeps it legal. So we'll stay on board with Brody through this very rewarding section. When you get it right, it's so fun to drive. But on the pad, it has been a tricky section previous games. Brody carrying on. As we have a Red Bull standing still in their section. As Brody sets a 1:18.0. And yeah, I think he's been around as Kingfire goes fastest by only 400s. Wow. But Andrew Pip Smith has no front wing, and that is going to make it a little bit harder to set a lap time. Razor. Up to the line, it's not gonna go pole. 1:19.5 goes P3. It's Dark set at 1:20.1. Harvey, the next one to reach the stadium section, that's the word. And now up to the line. It's looking like a good lap time. Not quite pole though. 19.333. Put it P3. Polish my balls. It was P7 with an invalid. I actually did not go P7, but yeah, had an invalid lap. Who set a lap time? We don't know. Dark is pushing. You don't need much ERS through this section. Will have lost time, of course, on that DRS straight. Das aborts. Probably didn't quite have the fuel for it. As Polish. As Racer actually has gone purple with a 17.8. Oh, and that's wide. That's very wide, and that's not gonna be what you want to do. Polish. Very deep again. Carries on, wants the delta time though. 21.9. Not quite. Oh, Gaminator! With a big slide on the exit of turn 3. Now into turn 4, through turn 5. Through 6 and 7. As Jack goes fastest with a 17.0, and that is probably why Jack is leading this championship by about 50 points. Gaminator now. Allegedly purple through sector 2. Through the stadium section is looking solid. Of course, not the best point of view. It's gonna be a 17.6 P2 for Gaminator, even with that big slide. Andrew with a front wing this time. Let's see what they can do. Invalidates somewhere. So I guess we'll go on board with Coop. It was very deep through turn 2. Did not look very good, and yeah, he has aborted. Or they have aborted. Kingfi through the first chicane. Now down to turn 4. It's looking solid so far. Of course, only 3 turns through sector 1. It's hitting the apexes at least. It can go quite a lot over them. Kingfi. Purple again. Let's see if they can keep it together. It's looking very, very solid. Is this gonna be a provisional pole from Kingfi? I think it is. 1:16.8 is the time to beat. Leading by 2/10 and change. Good box. Can they put the McLaren on that front row with his teammate? Or with their teammate? I don't think it's gonna be quite as good of a lap time. But a 120.1 goes P7. Yeah, of course, mate. It's always fun to do comms, or almost always at least. As Andrew again with the invalidation, struggling on this track, which, I mean, fair enough. It's a very tricky track because you have to go against the track with the setup. Let's see, Dark's sector time for sector 1 is up by 4/10. Need to find even more time though if they want to improve any further up the grid than P7, where they're currently at. As we see Jack, Gaminator and Racer all out. Racer starting their lap first, but we're on with Dark, coming through sector 2 now. Have lost some time. Still enough to improve the position up to P7 though. We'll see if they can find some time through here and at least edge closer to Harvey. A bit of a slide through the final turn. Does improve to P7 as expected, a 19.733. As we now go on board with Razor in the Alfa Romeo. Actually, no, we don't, because they are invalid. So on with Jack we go. Championship leader, current P2. They need to find 2/10 and a bit. Currently down a little bit, or up depending on how you look at it. Currently behind. Oh, it goes deep and deep. They still keep it legal, but they are 4/10 down. And yeah, he has aborted it. Gaminator, next one in the top group of cars. Gaminator is improving, and not by enough to overtake Jack though. Jack has gone into the pits. They have enough time to go at it again. Gaminator does improve to a 17.1. Found a lot of time in that last sector. Goes purple in the last sector as well. Is less than a 10th behind Jack. Let's see what Brody can do. Opens the DRS as soon as possible, and is up by 7/10 and currently purple in sector 2. It's looking like a very good lap time from the Alfa Romeo. And then the stadium section looked a little bit sketchy. Let's hope they didn't lose too much time. 1:17.5 in the end goes to P4. Harvey gonna improve by quite a lot, up to P6 for the Mercedes. But now, King Fai Panda, currently P1. Can they improve and further solidify that position? King Fai currently 4th in the championship. Behind Gaminator, King Fai, and that name I can't really pronounce. Srivatsa. Sounds Greek. King Fai, quite leveled down, really nailed that chicane. Looking so planted through the S section. They have found some time, still behind those, but still need to really nail the stadium section. Right on the limit. Get as close as you can. Can't quite improve. 16.9. Now Jack is gonna have enough time to go across the line and start a lap. Really trying to get some heat into those tires. Oh no, no. Jack is gone. Jack is not gonna improve. Razor currently 5th is the next one to have a shot then. Checkered flag is out. Now the question is, can they improve enough? Currently very far behind. A 10th is a lot of time, but if they can find more time, looking super solid through there. Super planted from Razor, but still losing time, and goes deep and does invalidate. Polish ends up P11. Andrew ended P6 in the end. Might be P7 if... no, never mind. And that is gonna be qualifying actually. So King Fai takes pole position ahead of Jack. Gaminator takes P3. Brody gets P4 just ahead of their teammate Razor. Andrew in the end finally got a lap time good enough for P6. Just ahead of Harvey. Good box P8. Stark P9. Coop gets P10. Polish and Jim Straw P11 and P12. Jim Straw not setting a lap time, and Stefanini Panini, really like that name, rounds off the grid. The Norwegian getting DSQ'd. I am gonna assume that was a Coliban. Actually, that's... No, never mind. That's setting up round 6, this is round 7. I am very good at remembering stuff. 1:21.658. I don't really know what lap time I can do around here. I think I can get into the at least 17s. But I'm unsure if I could get into the 16th, 16th. As we're now waiting. Or I'm just checking what our league I'm in did for lap times. Yeah, I would probably be around very low 17 and maybe edge into the 16s. Basing it off another few people that I know the pace of compared to myself. Of course, I can't be 100% sure because, well, here we go then. No formation lap. The 5 red lights are out and away we go. Jack getting away pretty well together with King Fi, and Jack already in that slipstream, wanting every inch of that to help him pass. And there's a full course caution already because Gavinator died. Has no front wing. What's been going on? There's a virtual safety car. I mean, I kind of figured that with the full course yellow, and I couldn't see a safety car. And there we go. Lights are out again, and King Fi under severe pressure from Jack in the Williams. Brody trying to stick with them. Let's put on first of all that so we can see who's had the best start, and currently it's the Norwegian Stefanini Panini with 4 places up. Harvey getting up 3 places from P7 to P4 as Stefanini gets past his teammate as well and makes it 5 places in 1 lap. Very good lap 1 from the Alpine. Let's go on to tires then, and most people on the mediums, a few people on the softs, and then good box on the hards. This is a track where a lot of strategies work. Jack had a look down the inside but backed out of the move. Can King Fi keep it into turn 4? I think he will. Not quite close enough. Harvey versus Racer. Same there, not quite close enough to go for the move. That is gonna be the story throughout the rest of the field as well. Gavinator into the box to repair that front wing, has put on a set of soft tires. And we'll be praying for that safety car to come out at some point during this race. As Jack goes wide and I think picked up a track limits warning for that. Went very deep at the end of the S section. Brody has latched on. DRS will be activated this lap, but you won't see it until turn, I think it's 17 or whatever it is. Because there's only 1 detection point for both of these DRS zones. As Jack goes round the outside, Can he make it stick? We'll have the inside for turn 2, but Kingfire has the better run. Jack gets the better exit. Takes a look to the inside, sends it down the inside as well. Kingfire giving good space, good clean driving between these two, and Kingfire is gonna keep it through the double right-hander. Here we go through turn 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, as we quickly jump on with Jim, who has moved up 1 place up to P9 ahead of Dark. And Goodbox picks up the first 3-second time penalty. I think we're going to see a couple of those being handed out. It's super easy to get track limits on this track. Brody is still latching on. But the battle is for P1. Jack goes for the move. Kingfire round the outside. It's gonna have the inside. Oh, and there's contact. There's contact between them. Kingfire's out, and Jack has lost his front wing. Safety car. Safety car. Jack has gotten going again and will keep P5, but will need to box for a new front wing. I don't really know what happened, but I can assume what happened. Oh, and I think there's definitely more contact, but I think Racer may have had an illegal overtake, and Jack did not really know that and slammed on the brake, and that caused contact because Stefanini runs into the back of Jack. And now the Alpine will need to box for a front wing as well as Jack. And this has saved Gaminator. And this is why you never retire, especially early on. And see then, Stefanini comes in as expected. Dark comes in as well. And that's strategical, but gets stuck, which is not optimal, of course. And now Jack can get that nose replaced. Goes for a set of hard tires. Can he last 31 laps? I mean, they definitely won't be good at the end, but maybe? Now Gaminator. Is also gonna be able to catch up, of course. We're gonna have the safety car out for at least one more lap. Probably just one more lap. So yeah, as we can see, safety car is staying out one more lap. Currently Brody in the lead, ahead of Andrew. Harvey P3, and something has happened. Oh, there's a couple of people boxing. Ferrari from softs to hards, coupe, does the same move. I wonder if they... I assume they want to go to the end then. And there's contact. Goodbox and Razor has made contact. Goodbox getting a 5-second time penalty for it, which he will have to serve because he has to make a stop. Very, very interesting one. Here we go, safety car is going to be coming in this lap. Gaminator has actually made up a couple of spaces on the Ferrari and Coupe, who of course boxed last lap. But here we go, Brody is in control of the field. Let's go on board with Andrew to see when Brody goes. Actually, let's do this. Brody can go as soon as that safety car has reached the pit lane. He's completely free to do whatever he wants. So there we are, Brody going very, very slow. Oof. A little bit of a sketchy restart there. I definitely in second would have assumed he was going, but he has gone now, and Andrew has been able to keep it kind of close, but Harvey has gotten a magical restart with the slipstream and moves to the inside, getting it. So we see Goodbox making the move. Harvey couldn't quite get the move done, but with a good exit here, can they make the move into turn 4? They are gonna look to the outside, and they are actually clean past Harvey up into P2, but maybe not for long. Andrew fights back, round the outside, goes off track a little bit. Oh, and bumps Harvey on the rejoin, and now cars behind in a big battle. Now Jack gets just ahead of Stefanini, championship leader. Oh, and that's Goodbox. Goodbox flies off. I think they kept it out of the wall, as we see Gaminator sending it on the Alpine in the background. A little bit of contact between them, but Gaminator up to P6. And Jack is looking at Razor like a lion on a gazelle. Safety car's out. Goodbox spins again. That's probably what caused it. Oh yeah, it's no front wing. That's... yeah. At least we'll be able to serve the 5 seconds now and not lose any time, which is definitely what you want. I thought they were gonna ignore it for a second. Oh yeah, Jack stuck behind Razor then for another couple of laps. And this is of course helping the hard runners get their tires to the end, if they want to. Or at least get them long. Brody into the pits. Still waiting for the McLaren to trundle back to the rest of the pack. Not really anything I can do until then. Safety car will stay out for one more lap. Actually, sorry, whilst I've been on my phone, Goodbox has retired. Dark has just picked up a 5-second for ignoring yellow flags. Razor has boxed for a set of softs. Which is very, very interesting. As if the car is in this lap. Well, let's go back on board with Brody, who is again going very slowly, as he's entitled to do, of course. And has gone very early this time and has really caught out. Oh, there's contact between Jack and Gaminator very early on, and now Gaminator is gonna lose out to Dark, who has a better top speed. Gaminator keeps the position after sending it big time into turn 1. Very nice move. Jack had a little bit of a slide through the first chicane. There's battling going on back here for P8, Harvey and Polish. Polish now under pressure from behind instead. And Razor thought about it, but backed off and now gets the space from Coop. So this battle between Gaminator and Jack is not over yet. And Andrew might be dragged into this battle whether he wants it or not. Because here comes Jack with some great top line speed. If you're watching the video, you can see the ERS levels. I don't like showing them, or telling them, sorry, in case the drivers are listening. But a nice move from Stefanini Panini. Jack is now very close to Andrew. Andrew, who still hasn't boxed. Oh, and that's Brody. Brody around. And now this is a battle for the lead. Jack round the outside. Oh, and there's contact. Contact Gaminator and Jack making contact with each other. Darth and Stefanini. Now very close to Gaminator. Harvey picks up 3 seconds. Are they gonna be 3 wide into here? Well, almost. And Gaminator somehow has kept it, but I think I see an end plate missing on that Haas, and it does dive into the pits. Jim now right on the back of Stefanini, and in all of this, Andrew is about 5 seconds clear. You see double overtaking moves being attempted here from people. Stefanini comes out on top in that battle, and Harvey comes out on top in the other battle. Polish gets 3 seconds. I will switch over to penalties closer to the end of the race so we know what happens. Stefanini has made some serious inroads on Andrew. 2.5 seconds back now and decreasing. Razor gets up to P5. Harvey is closing and closing and closing. Will he go for the move? He does. And Jim tries for the triple switchback. It's a good exit compared to Harvey. Now side by side into turn 4. Harvey is a little bit braver on the brakes, but Jim with the switchbacks. Let's get on board with the Alfa Romeo to get a good view of this battle. We can also see that the Red Bull is quite close to the Alfa Tauri, but we have to keep our eyes on this battle here for P3. Everyone moving around a little bit, trying to find opportunities for moves. Harvey with a good final sector. So we have a yellow flag somewhere. That's dark. And a spun in the final turn, or the exit of the final turn. And now Razor up to P4, And then is now gonna get on the back of Harvey. Of course, those softs are gonna be very, very good for a fair few laps now. Razor getting close. Closer and closer. A little bit of a lag spike. We love to see it. And now they are well and truly stuck. Can't really move forward because Harvey is placing the car correctly. So there's not much he can do. As there is a move. Actually, that's Dark in the pits. Now Razor had a look. Couldn't quite do it. There we could see the lead group as well. I think we're gonna see a couple of moves being made. Harvey gets passed by the Alfa Romeo, and Stefanini picks up the lead of the race on lap 16. And we'll have a second bite of the cherry here. Question is that gonna keep Harvey from keeping P4? No, not quite. I don't think Jim is quite fast enough in the straight. As Brody gets by Polish. Polish still on those mediums that they started the race on. Those will not be very fun to drive. They will definitely be over 25%. Probably not too much more because of all the safety cars we've had. But it's definitely not going to be good. Oh! Wait. Oh, lag. A lot of lag. A lot of lag. Oh, James disconnected. I don't have him, unfortunately, otherwise I would send him an invite. I should be, like... I should be able to go into, like, here and... Actually, I might be able to. I'm gonna try. Bear with me one moment. Can I... I can't. That's a bit of a shame. I could send him a friend's request, but... I don't know. But yeah, Jim is gonna be dropping back because I assume the AI level is gonna be around 40 or whatever the standard is. It's rare leagues move it. Hopefully there's a safety car or something that can invite someone to pause the game and send them an invite. Andrew, into the box. Puts on a set of hards to the end of the race. That's definitely the end, unless there's a safety car where he decides to go from a set of mediums or something. Another penalty was given out as well. Coop with the DRS is gonna make this move quite easily, I assume. Oh, the line was not perfect actually. Oh, there's a bit of contact, Polish and Coop actually ended up off track. Yeah, that line choice was not optimal. this is the problem with small grids. Unfortunately, the racing is now pretty... Looks like he got a small boost, but it's just DRS being opened. But yeah, this is what happens with small grids, unfortunately. It's very spread out now, so not a lot of action to cover. There's a safety car actually, because Harvey has binned it. Trying to figure out where. Ah, I see. I can't see the car, but yeah, I see what has happened. And that has... I think my cat did something. Sorry if you could hear that. I don't know if it was being picked up. But yeah, this has definitely given the race some life again. Stefanini in the lead on mediums, closely followed by Razor on fresh mediums. Everyone pitting. I'm gonna assume for fresh mediums. Actually, no. Polish has gone for softs. Gaminator does hards. I mean, it's lap 20. Safety car is gonna come in lap 22. So it's gonna be 14 laps. I mean, softs could go to the end. Dark also on hards. I think hards is the wrong choice. I can't say if mediums or softs is the right choice, but hards is definitely the wrong choice. And Jack, after all that he's gone through, currently P4. So can definitely rescue a very good result here. I don't think Dark is gonna be catching up this lap. It's a fairly short lap. You know, only 80 seconds. With safety cars a little bit more, of course, but so yeah, I don't think it's gonna catch up this lap. You can see Dark currently entering sector 2 now, whilst the rest of the grid is entering sector 3, so it's gonna be one more lap unless the game decides to say screw Dark, which has happened before. I have definitely seen it happen, but yeah, it's gonna be one more lap. And there is a couple of people moving around. There's a lot of jitters. Collision, Jack and Andrew. Brody has a drive-through as well. What is that for? What is the drive-through for? Is it speeding? Yeah, speeding on the safety car. And then, yeah, 5-second time penalty for Jack for collision with Andrew. I think Jack is in and has served it, yeah. Gone for another set of mediums that are a little bit older, but not by a lot. So he will rejoin the pack last, but without penalties. Just getting rid of it. Pretty smart, to be honest. See then, Stefanini Panini versus AVR Razor. Safety car is gonna come in at the end of this lap. I think whether they want it or not. Even though Jack is driving slowly, I think he did he maybe try and force it to stay out one more lap. I don't know. Oh, it's very laggy and good box has left. Ah, that's the McLaren. This has not gone very slow at all. Safety car is just there. Don't get throttled. Oh, I think he got throttled. But the restart is good. The restart is good. Brody's restart has been even better. But Andrew is getting slipstream. And now Brody is under pressure. 3 cars wide for a second down the straight. And Brody has a little look. One Polish and Coop once again battling through turn 1. And now the half of Gaminator around the outside of Coop gets the move done. Jim is looking for the move as well. Oh, and Gaminator runs into the back of Polish. Brody has to serve that drive-through within 3 laps. So Brody is probably gonna peel into the box at the end of this lap. I would at least. Oh, and Gaminator slides right into the side of Polish. Right into the side pod. Hopefully no damage. Jack. Oh, as Coop picks up a 3-second time penalty. Now Jack. And Jack makes it up to P7. Jim up to P8. Coop down to P9. And with a 3-second time penalty. Brody has not peeled into the box actually. We'll have to, unless they want to get disqualified. Oh, Brody also with a big snap. Traction is fairly tricky around this track. Jim. Jim is still an AI. Brody comes into the box and will serve that drive through now. Dark on the back of Coop. Coop and Dark still battling, and Razor has caught back up to Stefanini, but he keeps losing it. I think there's a big setup difference between these two. Oh, and Razor, I think it picked up a warning there, as we get a lovely helicopter shot on the stadium section. Razor. Yoink goes the letterbox. And now he will start to peel in. Reel in. Maybe. But he wouldn't go for the move, so as I get invited to a party, excuse me, Jack up to P4, makes it past Gaminator. And now Razor. Gaminator still trying to hold on, but of course the tire difference, pretty fresh mediums versus fresh hards. I mean, it's not gonna be easy, and of course Jack seems to have the better pace. Generally. And yeah, again, Razor dropping back out of DRS. Yeah, no DRS. We got a lovely view, but I had to switch back because this is the battle I want to watch. The P6 Dark versus Polish. Yoink goes to letterbox once again. Flashing lights from Dark. And Polish is gonna see that and know exactly what it means. Brody versus Coop is also a battle brewing. The Red Bull and the Alfa Romeo, and Coop once again goes deep into that left-hander. He's not gotten that one right. Oh, and has to cut the corner as well because of the line he got. And that's probably a warning as well. And again, the field, is spread out, which is not very fun. Brody has though caught up to Polish and made the move before the straight, but will also get DRS because the detection point is before that final turn. So it's just rubbing salt into the wounds. The point system is of course the normal standard F1 point system, so everyone finishing is getting points. Question is just how many. Brody currently looking at 8 points rather than... Oh! Dark has a moment. Those hards is not fun. And Brody up to P6, 8 points. You see the tires. The same tire life, mediums versus hards. I mean, mediums is always going to win that battle. Jack is catching Andrew. PRS is open from Jack, reeling in that Red Bull as Polish picks up another 3 seconds. That's 9. And currently Jim might even pick up P8. But of course Jim, being AI, can't keep up, unfortunately. Jack down the inside of turn 6 and 7. Couldn't quite make the move stick. But it's very, very close to Andrew. Here we go. Jack down the inside, but he's gonna be able to move back. But he is flashing, and Andrew will see that. And know that he can use that ERS to stay with him. But Andrew has fallen back into that 1.4 second gap. And I mean, from a realistic point of view, it's quite realistic driving right now, because of course you couldn't stick with the car because your car is overheating, and you could see that in the real life Grand Prix that first of all, the cars were very opened up for the engines to get cooled, and all components to get cool air as much as possible, but also like people dropped back because they couldn't keep up due to dirty air, hot air, and yeah, it wouldn't last for the 2 laps or whatever it is. Game Manager. Ooh, Game Manager goes very deep. Of course, both of these drivers has a 3 second time penalty, so this battle is for position anyways. My laptop still is messing up. Down the inside goes Gaminator. Andrew defends well and keeps the position. May have picked up a warning doing it though. Oh, Gaminator around the outside. Had a look. Could not get it stopped in time though. They really are trying. Lap 33 out of 36 has begun. So 4 laps to go. Well, 3.5 soon. And this is the battle we're keeping an eye on. Because it's the only real battle. Jack might be closing in on a Razor though. And I think Andrew had a moment. And Gaminator is now very close once again. Has a look to the inside. But Andrew, I think he just stuck that on track. And yeah, Jack really close to a Razor now. So you can see flashing lights from Gaminator before they break. Really pushing. We're gonna go on board with Jack, who is gonna take P2 away from Razor with only 3 laps to go. Another flashing light on that Williams. There we go, Razor. Oh, sorry, Gaminator. Way past into the braking zone. Oh, and Andrew struggling to stay on track with the dirty air. Is Razor gonna be able to stick with Jack? I don't think so. Tires is pretty much the same. And now Andrew, can you stick with Gaminator? That is the question. Will get DRS. Looking very solid from the Red Bull. It's gonna get DRS down the long straight as lap 35 has begun. And Stefanini is looking very solid out in P1. Has not had a lot of screen time at the end, but has been so good, so solid, so consistent, and that is the crucial part in this sport. It doesn't matter how fast you are, if you are only fast for a lap and then you have 4 laps where you make mistakes, you're not gonna be winning races. So staying consistent is the most crucial part. Andrew, please, for the love of all that's holy, burn your ERS. Gets DRS as we begin. Final lap of the race. Stefanini crossing the finish line to start it. We're still on board with the Red Bull. I don't think it's gonna get DRS actually. I think he missed out. He did. This burned a lot of errors and is right back with Gaminator. Can he make a move? Goes very wide. Both drivers pushing super hard. The Red Bull will see the lights flashing on that Haas as we go on board with the Alpine coming through the wonderful stadium section. Confetti flying off in the air to show that Stefanini Panini wins in Mexico. Battle for P5 is still on though, or P4 sorry. And Brody has caught up as well. Brody is actually going to take the both of them. So it is a battle for P5. Gaminator takes P5. After penalties has been applied, Brody takes P4. Jack gets on the podium with a P2 and Razor takes the final podium position with the P3. Dark comes home in P7 for a solid round for Alpine. Polish versus Coupe. It doesn't matter because of penalties, of course, but Coupe goes for it down the inside. Polish has this was given space. What a move from Coupe, and that is your Mexican Grand Prix. What a race. Panini gets driver of the day, I can only agree. Lost to first. Made the right calls and looked super consistent when it was in first place. So yeah, can't really say much about it. We've seen enough champagne. So, Stefanini Panini lost the first, P13 to P1, wins ahead of Jack, who actually stays in P2 after all of that. Razor from Barbados finishes in P3, and I got a comment which I can't read because I had to restart my computer. Give me a second. Yeah, I can only agree. GG's to everyone, but especially these three, who of course finishes on the podium. Yeah, what a race. Yeah, next stream will be on Sunday when we go to PRL for the Chinese Grand Prix. Until then, take care, have a good night, and a goodbye from me. Take care, and bye.